All right, well, we're here with Sachin Gilani. Sachin, thanks for joining us. This has been a long, hard road. A lot of work's been done. You've had a ton of long conversations. Everyone's waiting for your answer as to which team it is. The whole world is waiting. Before you tell us who you're picking, what have you learned from this process?
It's amazing to see which teams actually care about their fan base, which teams actually care about growing new fans. In an era where sports teams are literally making hundreds of millions of dollars, it's amazing to see which teams actually care about just gaining that one new fan and how much of an impact that's going to make to them. I think that was one of my biggest learnings, is just being able to see who actually cares. Yeah.
Cool. Well, without further ado, let's cut to the chase here. Give everybody what they're waiting for.
I got to say two quick things. I got to thank a couple people. First of all, my advisory team, yourself. We've got Adam. We've got Jeff. We've got Ryan. I need to thank my wife for putting up with this crap and the fact that I'm going to be taking on a new sport 20 hours a week. She's amazing. So I distilled it down to about 6 teams here. These were the top 6 teams. There were many more that responded, and I want to thank you for responding and engaging in this process. But these were the 6 most active teams. So let's just kind of start reducing one by one. Number 1, the Chiefs. Thank you very much for taking the time to have that call. We really appreciate it. I love your community outreach program. I love how passionate the fans are at Arrowhead. I think you've got a great future there, but we're not going to be selecting you at this time. Jim Irsay, he was the only owner out of all 32 teams that actually took the time to respond, and that struck a chord with me. And if you're a Colts fan, you are very lucky to be supporting this team. However, at this time, I will not be joining you in your quest for another Super Bowl. The Packers. Only team to actually take a look at my letter and address line by line specific questions I had for them. Incredible history, a very bright future 10 years ahead, repeating Super Bowl champs, maybe, I'm not too sure. At this time, I think I was looking more so for a team that's up and coming, because I need to go through a couple years of hardship to really feel like I'm a part of the team. And for that reason, it's to no fault of your own. You won't be selected this time. Down to the final 3. These are going to be really hard. Jeff, thank you so much for this. Really appreciate the paraphernalia. Your fans were so passionate throughout this whole process. You tweeted messages over and over. But I cannot pick the Vikings at this time, and I'll have a post on that a bit later on. We're down to the final 2. The Cards were the most active right from the get-go, following up with me week after week. Orlando is probably one of the top 3 executives I've ever met in any industry. Very active, went after me. Falcons came in very late in the mix, but we're always active throughout on Twitter. This is probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my entire life. Orlando, it kills me. I know you've got a great future ahead of you, and the Cards have a great future ahead, but at this time, I'm picking the Falcons, and I'm taking my talents to Atlanta.
Wow.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for all your support, the messages, the emails that I couldn't have done without you. Thank you.